in tribute to the death of your mother on June 17, 2015, and the other victims there. And that was a date with 43 numerology. Now, the date also had 63 date numerology, Chris. 6 plus 17 plus 20 plus 20 is 63. So it had numerology of 63 and 43 that date. Now, you heard me because you came up on me in Buffalo, and you heard me talking about racism, Buffalo, and 63. Again, Buffalo 63, racism is 63, okay? They're both 63. They're both 63. And remember, it's going to be the Buffalo Bills' 63rd season. And the shooting came exactly 117 days before they opened the season against the Rams on September 8th. And Josh Allen, who's the big star of the team, whose grandma died unexpectedly on 11/7, fits in with the pattern. Remember, on the same day as the Buffalo shooting, there was a shooting at the L.A. Grand Central Market. Grand Central's 117, and that's who Buffalo's going to play 117 days later. And don't forget the shooter, Buffalo, the mayor right now, Byron Brown, is 63 years old. Kathy Hochul, who's from there, is 63 years old. She's from Buffalo as well. She's the 57th governor, Super Bowl 57 upcoming. It's going to be the 103rd NFL season. The congressman who's from Buffalo, who's Jesuit educated, Chris Jacobs, his full name equals 103. But they said 10 dead, 3 injured. And all over the place, there's the faces of the 10 dead, but we didn't see anything for the 3 injured. So is that even real? But 10 dead, 3 injured before the 103rd season. And the O.J. Simpson trial ended on 10-3 in history. And you weren't even alive back then, Chris, but I was in middle school back then, and they made us sit in a classroom and watch the verdict, and I got kicked out of class that day, as I so often did. I spent a lot of time in the principal's office because I didn't like authority, and I have never liked bullshit, and I see right through bullshit, and I said, this is a joke that we have to watch this. All this is doing is, I saw back then how people are getting so angry and divided and taking sides racially, and I was like, God, they're going to make us watch this in class? Because it's nothing but a psychological operation. That's what they do in these classrooms that they're parading you around to, Chris. I used to be a school teacher, by the way, like your mother. If that's even true, I saw in your story your mom was a teacher. If it's even true, you know. But I used to teach children. And when I was in a classroom, I gave children real lessons outside of the curriculum that inspired them and made them want to work hard, you know. And I worked for more than just the students in my class. And if people like me were in classrooms, this world would actually change. You going around and parroting the news story and playing on the themes, it's not going to change anything, Chris. You're doing exactly what they want. That's why they gave you $7 million to do what you do. And again, understand your book about racism, if it came out on the date you said it did, which isn't the true publishing date, but the date that was the anniversary, it came out on a 63 date numerology. Okay? And your book's about racism. So everything they're doing with you is by the code. You know, it's just like George Floyd. I remember this story recently. There's been a lot of these, but this was a big one recently. George Floyd restaurant changes name 63 years. Let's see. What restaurant was this? Santa Barbara restaurant changes name amid George Floyd protests. We do not tolerate racism or violence. And what's it say? A 63-year-old restaurant in Santa Barbara. Remember when they had the nice psyop there? They had some psyops in Santa Barbara. Has decided to rebrand entirely after a petition. But again, I mean, these patterns are all over, Chris. So if you want to say that I'm a liar because I'm showing the actual publishing date from Amazon, I mean, you can do that all you want, but really, you're the one that's ignoring the facts that are right there on the screen. And again, ultimately, it doesn't matter if it is supposed to be June 17th, because then it even really fits even more. It fits even more because your book's about racism and Charleston.